Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna go with 3. Wow, hi everybody. Boy, I haven't seen you guys before. I don't know, I've been having a little bit of difficulty. I'm trying to become a better friend, but I don't know how to tell my friends that rather than hang out with them, I would prefer to be at home, alone, daydreaming about having better friends that I actually want to hang out with. I don't know. Thanksgiving was recently, and I didn't go home for Christmas. For Thanksgiving, I don't know. I don't want to hang out with my family. But I had this weird, okay, here's the thing. I had this weird incident with my mom at a job that I used to work. I was at work, just hanging out, and I got a text message that read, "I've buried the body." Now what? I was like, nope, not gonna deal with that. That seems like a terrible idea. Until my friend called me, until a coworker of mine was like, you should really talk to your mom about that. I was like, you're right, I should probably talk to my mom about that. So I called my mother up, and I asked her very politely, because A, she's my mother, B, she could be a murderer. I don't want to mess with that. I said, hey Mom, what's up with that text that you sent? And she said, you weren't supposed to see that. And she hung up the phone! I'm like, oh, this isn't good at all. This is not good at all. I'm probably going to have to fly back home to Southern California, burn down my childhood home, because if she killed the guy in our house, I've seen CSI. I know how that works. And we probably have to steal a car and start our lives over as La Rosas in Mexico. But before I'm about to buy the plane tickets, I call my mom back up one more time. I'm like, Mom, you've got to tell me what's going on with that text message, because I'm about to make some life-altering decisions based on it. And she said, nobody believed me when I told them that I could do it. But I showed them, and I showed you, that I can play a practical joke. And then she hung up the phone again. Moms. Anybody else have that experience? Did your mom convince you that she killed a guy? No? I recently learned that an ex-girlfriend of mine is now a nun. It wasn't like Elliot, boyfriend, nun. It was just Elliot, nun. So she just walked out of our relationship into the arms of God. And I thought, how awful a person do I have to be to make a beautiful, intelligent young woman take a vow of chastity and poverty just to avoid my drunken texts? But then I thought, don't be too hard on yourself, Elle. Maybe, after you, there is only God. Does anybody here remember their first kiss? Yeah? A couple of you? I don't actually remember my first kiss. I don't remember the angel that made me a member of that club. But I do remember being somebody else's first kiss, and poor girl. She was a 24-year-old former Mormon missionary. And I was an 18-year-old ne'er-do-well with a fondness for Shakespearean slang. And she's putting the moves on me. Like, she's seated real close, and she puts a blanket over the two of us, and I'm just thinking, if there's a color darker than black, I'm gonna start wearing that instead. And finally she goes, I've never been kissed before, but I want to be kissed, and I want you to want to kiss me. And I said, well, what would make you want to get kissed by a guy like me? I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth. And she goes, well, I think you're handsome, which is code for, my girlfriends don't think you're attractive. And she also thought I was really intelligent, which she's totally right about. And so she we lean in to kiss. She puts her hand on my stomach, and I'm a little bit weird. I don't like to be touched by people unless I'm like really familiar with them. So we lean in to kiss. She puts her hand on my stomach. I spasm and headbutt her in the face. And she's like, Jesus Christ, why would you do that? And I'm trying to cover for how weird I am. So I'm like, I just wanted to see how badly you wanted it. I'm not originally from Washington. I lived in Southern California for a long time, and when I was traveling up here, have you guys ever seen those anti-hitchhiking signs? I've never seen those before, so they look like this with an X through it. And so I, honest to God, the first time I saw it, I thought, is Washington State anti-thumbs up? Like, do they not like good times here? Because if that's the case, we're gonna get along just fine, Washington. Oh, let's see. Oh, crap. Okay, so here's the last one. I've actually been on television before. I was on the Comedians of Comedy with Zach Galifianakis, Patton Oswalt, and Sarah Silverman. Yeah. Thank you. I was in the audience. And I didn't realize I was on TV until my buddy called me and he's like, "Oh my God, Elle, you were on TV, buddy!" And I was like, "Really? Was it awesome?" And he goes, "You'll see." And I'm watching a rerun of the Comedians of Comedy, and Sarah Silverman comes out, and her very first joke is, "Boy, there sure are a lot of dorks in the audience." Cut to my face. And, the worst thing is I just looked so happy that she finally... I was like, she's talking about me, you guys, dork 5. Here's the thing. I did not see Sarah Silverman perform that night. She performed the night after I was there. So what that means is when they were putting the show together, they were like, "Sarah's got this great joke about dorks. Who's the biggest dork? That guy. This guy right here." Anyway, thank you very much.